If option is not exercised, then no transaction. Then there is no transaction. Equity account that was previously created is now going to be adjusted with the equity. Equity issue is going to adjust with the equity. The previous equity account that was made by making the entry expense debit, equity credit, now the entry is going to be reverse equity. The same class of equity is going to be debit, and other class of equity is going to be credit, because now we have to cancel, or we have to close that equity account. Now the next topic is modification and repricing of share option. Modification and repricing of share option, the name itself, it is clear that there is modification and repricing of share option. Repricing is exercise price is changed. Repricing means the exercise price of option is changed. Modification will often affect the fair value of instrument and therefore amount recognized in P&L, statement of profit and loss. Accounting treatment. Now what is the accounting treatment? We will continue to recognize the original fair value of instrument calculated at the grant date in a normal way. Recognize increase in fair value at the modification date spread over the period between the modification date and vesting date. If modification occurs after the vesting date, then additional fair value must be recognized immediately unless there is additional service period, in which case the difference is spread over this period. To summarize that, if there is a change, modification and repricing. If there is a change, modification will affect the fair value of instrument and therefore the amount recognized in the statement of profit and loss. So the accounting treatment, to simplify, we will continue to recognize the original fair value of instrument as calculated at the grant date in a normal way. An increase, usually in this we are increasing the fair value of instrument at the modification, means it's going to spread over the period between the modification date and the vesting date. Increase in fair value. And if modification occurs after the vesting date, the additional fair value must be recognized immediately unless there is a additional service period, in which case the difference spread over this period. Moving forward, the second thing is cancellation and settlement. Here the cancellation with negotiation or settlement. The cancellation and settlement, simply if we say cancellation, so some instruments are going to be buyback. Cancellation is the company is now going to buy back its own options. Now we are going to offer employee that you sell us share options to us back. So cancellation is not like this, we are going to cancel it. No, we are going to buy back. So the treatment is of buyback. Accounting treatment. The accounting treatment of cancellation and settlement is to immediately charge any remaining fair value of instrument that has not been recognized in P&L. The cancellation accelerates the charge and does not avoid it. The entire expense that is to be recognized over the remaining vesting period is to be recognized immediately. Secondly, any amount paid to the employees by entity on the settlement should be treated as a buyback of shares and should be recognized as a deduction from equity. If the amount paid is in excess of fair value of equity, instrument granted is recognized immediately in P&L. So this is the settlement. Now what is going to be the double entry? You will be able to clearly understand what is the treatment. Debit equity, debit payment if more than fair value, and payment more than the fair value, this is going to be charged in income statement. This is going to be an expense. And credit bank with whatsoever amount. So the point is, we are going to debit the equity. What is the debit value of the equity? That is number of employees into the option of employees multiplied by number of option, fair value of option on buyback. So this is the debit of the equity. Now moving to the next, the topic is cash settle share based payment transaction. Cash settle share based payment transaction. Now what is cash settle share based payment transaction? Is amount of cash paid for good or service is based on the value of equity instrument. Means the amount is going to be cash. The mode of payment is cash. Cash is going to be paid by the entity for the goods or services bought, but the value of cash, the amount of cash that is to be paid, is based on the value of equity instrument. Example, there are two examples. Share appreciation rights. Share appreciation rights. What are share appreciation rights? Share appreciation is employee become entitled to a future cash payment based on the increase in entity share price above from the base price over a specified period of time. To simplify it is, employee are given option, or employee are given a scheme that future cash payment. For example, if our company decided today's share price is 5. Okay, now we decide a base price of 5 or 7, and we say any payment, any increase in the share price above 7 base price will give you the payment and in accordance to with that. Now what is that? To simplify it, it is like any increase in the share price above 7, you will get the amount cash for 10,000 shares. So now after 3 years time, the share price is 10 and number of share options given is 3. So 3 into 10 into $30,000 will be given to employee as a part of share appreciation rights. Another example is granting employee redeemable shares that gives them the right to receive future cash payment. We are giving redeemable share price and right to receive future cash payment. Redeemable shares, and this is the example. So cash settle share based payment transaction is share appreciation rights and giving employee redeemable shares. Now what is the accounting treatment of cash settle share based payment transaction is? It is expense or expense debit and liability credit. Why? Because it's our liability that after a specific time either we have to redeem the shares, or we have, as a part of share appreciation right, we have to make some payment. So expense debit, liability credit. Now measurement of this cash settled share based payment transaction. Entity measures the goods and services and liability incurred at the fair value of liability. Here goods and services are measured at the fair value of liability, means on the basis of liability, on the basis of credit, entry will be recorded. Entity should remeasure the fair value of liability at each reporting date and a date of settlement. At each reporting date and date of settlement, any change in fair value is recognized in the statement of profit and loss or income statement for the period. Here the liability is recorded at the fair value, and at each reporting date liability is remeasured to fair value is reporting date, and the settlement date liability is reported on the basis of fair value. And the payment of share appreciation rights is on intrinsic value. What is the intrinsic value? It's the market value of shares minus the base price that is decided. So the difference will be the payment. Now moving to the next, share-based payment with choice of settlement. Share-based payment with choice of settlement. In this case, either the counterparty have choice or entity have a choice. Counterparty, here entity means us, and counterparty can be anyone. Here have the choice of settlement. So different accounting treatment will be done when an entity has choice, when counterparty have choice. So discussing what will be the treatment when entity have the choice. Entity have the choice, then there will be a one-side solution. Now, what is one-side solution? It should recognize a liability to the extent it has a present obligation to deliver cash. Such circumstances arise, for example, entity is prohibited from issuing shares, or where it has a stated policy or past practice of issuing cash rather than shares. If no present obligation exists, the entity should treat the transaction. If there is no present obligation exists, the entity should treat the transaction as if it's a purely an equity settled transaction, share buyback treatment. So now what it is, entity have choice of settlement. When entity means us, we are going to have the choice of settlement when we do a one-side solution. We will recognize either we have a liability, now we should recognize a liability to the extent that we have a present obligation to deliver the cash, because cash it's like a cash settled share-based payment transaction, and we have to recognize liability to the extent we have a present obligation to pay the cash. This circumstances arises, for example, entity is not allowed, prohibited from issuing shares, or when there is a stated policy or past practice of issuing cash rather than share. If these condition does not exist, they don't exist anymore, no present obligation, like we can either issue shares or cash, then we will be recognizing a purely an equity settled transaction, share buyback transaction. Now, what if the counterparty have a choice? Consider as a compound instrument. You must be familiar with the compound instrument. Compound instruments are instruments which have both equity and a debt portion. So when counterparty have a choice, we will consider this arrangement as a compound instrument to which split accounting must be applied at the grant date. So IFRS 2 requires that the value of debt compound is established first. Equity compound is measured at the residual between the debt value and value of instrument as a whole. So you know what are debt instruments are. Debt instruments are instruments that have they have option of debt and equity, that have proportion of debt and equity both. So IFRS 2 requires that the debt component of the instrument is established first, and equity instrument is the difference between the value of whole instrument minus the debt value of instrument. So there are two methods, and there is classification based on whom the transaction is with. If the transaction is with third party, direct measurement method. Other than third party, employs indirect method. So firstly, I'm discussing transaction with third party direct measurement. Here the value of equity is calculated as fair value of goods and services, goods or services, minus the fair value of debt component. Here fair value of debt component is cash commitment. Cash commitment. The difference between the fair value of goods and services and fair value of debt component or cash commitment is will give the value of equity. Now, how to calculate the transaction with other people? The indirect method. Employees indirect method. Here, equity component is calculated as fair value of compound instrument known as share root minus the fair value of debt component, and the difference is value of equity component. Okay, what happened? It's a simple question. What happened if a liability is reported in choice of settlement, but settlement is made in equity? So, to elaborate if liability, if we have decided that this settlement is going to be made in cash, but settlement is made in equity, so liability will be debited because liability now liability account has to be closed, and share capital and share premium will be credited because equity has to be now recognized in choice of settlement. Moving to the next, now I'm going to discuss replacing the cash settle scheme with equity settle scheme. Cash settle scheme, double entry of cash settle scheme is expense debit, liabilities credit. With equity settle scheme, double entry is expense debit and equity credit. So now we are going to exchange or replacing cash settle scheme with equity settle scheme. Measure the transaction by reference to the modification of fair value of equity instrument granted. De-recognize the liability and recognize the equity to the extent of service rendered by the modification date. Recognize a profit and loss for the difference between the liability de-recognized and equity recognized. If I simplify this, replacing cash settle scheme with the equity settle scheme, now an equity has to be recognized on the modification fair value of equity instrument granted. We are going to de-recognize the liability and recognize the equity to the extent of services given by the employee on the modification date, and a profit or loss has to be recognized, or there will be a neither the profit nor loss if their terms are equal. If there is a difference, there will be a profit or loss, and a profit and loss has to be recognized between the liability de-recognized and equity recognized. Group. Now the next topic I am going to discuss in it, group share base payment. Group share base payment. Transactions. The entity received goods and service in a share-based payment arrangement must account for the goods and service irrespective of which entity in the group settled the transaction or whether the transaction is settled in cash or shares. For example, a group A have subsidiary B and C and D. So if B bought some goods, A is the parent, B bought some goods, and now the payments are going to be made by the A parent. Irrespective of this fact that who is going to be making the payment, The entity received goods in a share-based payment transaction arrangement must account for those goods irrespective of which entity in the group settled the transaction or whether the transaction is settled in shares or cash. So B is now going to recognize the goods and services irrespective which entity in the group is going to make the payment, or either the transaction will be cash or shares. If liability, I'm moving to another topic, how you are going to be, it's not a topic, I'm going to elaborate. If liability is reported but settlement is made in equity. Simple, the transaction liability is going to be cancelled, liability was reported, debit the liability with share capital and share premium credited respectively. So this marks the end of IFRS 2 share-based payment transaction. It's a pretty long and a very difficult standard. You need to listen this twice to get the grip on this standard and practice the questions for each of this heading or topic. But make sure you clearly understand it and don't skip this topic. It's a very important part of it's a very important standard, and it will involve a lot of amount and do give me your feedback in the comment section.